Listen to this. Meek Mill still can't shake those STD rumors, and it's getting louder. Hold up, because Nicki Minaj just stepped in, stirring the pot and calling him a male 304, which sent everything into overdrive. Now, don't forget, they were once together, and yeah, that relationship was messy from start to finish. For a minute now, people have been whispering that Meek's dealing with multiple STDs, but nobody expected Nicki to circle back years later, after their 2017 breakup, and seemingly back those claims herself. You won't believe this, but she even hinted that he's been living on the DL. And now, the internet is running wild, saying that supposedly where everything started after linking up with multiple men. And here's the kicker. Some are saying this whole situation is exactly why Nicki walked away in the first place.
El clima de hoy es absolutely hermoso.
Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor.
$100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received.
Okay, hold up. By now, most of y'all already know Meek Mill has been catching non-stop heat over these STD rumors ever since those wild claims surfaced about him allegedly getting involved with Sean Combs at those so-called freak-off parties. Listen to this. People were already side-eyeing the Meek and Diddy connection the moment the whole Cassie Ventura situation hit the headlines. But then things really spiraled when Lil Rod came out swinging, straight up accusing both Meek and Usher of being tied to Diddy in a way nobody expected. He even claimed Diddy told him directly that he had gotten physical with both Meek and Usher, which only fueled the chaos online. You won't believe this part. Rod says those comments came while Diddy was allegedly trying to pressure him into something similar, which made the whole story even more explosive. And like I mentioned earlier, folks had already started connecting dots way before Rod's lawsuit even dropped. Those so-called receipts include that viral clip of Meek chilling in a pool looking uncomfortable while Diddy jokingly calls him daddy, plus a track where Meek hints at doing things with Diddy that he now regrets to this day.
El clima de hoy es absolutamente hermoso.
Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, but hold up. This is where everything really spirals out of control. Inside the courtroom, Sean Combs was hit with accusations of exposing partners to STDs, which instantly raised eyebrows. And listen to this. Usher had already faced lawsuits years ago over claims he transmitted herpes to multiple partners. So once people started linking Meek Mill to Diddy, the internet wasted no time jumping to conclusions about him catching something too. You won't believe it. Some even claim it traces back to when he was still with Nicki Minaj, and that's allegedly when things fell apart. And here's where it gets deeper. One of the individuals tied to those alleged sessions, Clayton Howard, actually filed a lawsuit against Diddy and Cassie Ventura. He accused them of transmitting herpes during one of those encounters, which added serious weight to the narrative. At first, Clayton reportedly tried to keep everything sealed to avoid public exposure, but that didn't last long. Once those documents surfaced, people took it as confirmation that Diddy had been spreading infections behind the scenes. And now folks are asking, if Clayton allegedly caught something, what makes Meek any different? Especially after Lil Rod already claimed Diddy made statements about being involved with him. I mean, do the math. If 1 + 1 = 2, then what does this add up to? But hold on, because the story doesn't end there. Fast forward a few months, and another lawsuit hits Diddy from a different accuser. This time, the claim wasn't just herpes. It allegedly involved HIV as well. The man, identified as John Doe, said he worked as one of Diddy's interns during the time of the alleged incident back in 2014. According to him, one night he was taken to a house in Valverde near Los Angeles for a music shoot tied to Diddy. After that, he says there was an after party where Diddy himself interacted with him multiple times. He described the environment as filled with substances and alcohol, though he insists he only drank. But after a couple of drinks, he says something felt off, brushing it off at first as just not eating enough that day. Then things get dark. He claims he was led into another room as he began losing awareness. His next memory, he says, was being touched before blacking out completely. When he later got tested, the initial results came back negative, which seemed like a relief at the time. But months later, after another test, he says he discovered he had contracted HIV. Look, it's a disturbing situation, no doubt. But at this point, are people even shocked anymore? The allegations paint a picture of reckless behavior, and people online are running with it. And according to Nicki, she's hinted that Meek may have been
around, talking about expensive pain in his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Fuck Meek.
Wait a minute.
He's a fucking Fruit Loop. He Diddy fried.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried. Period. He Diddy fried. He Diddy fried. He the Diddy do our bop. Fuck Meek. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out to here. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek. She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
At the time, some people brushed off Jaguar Wright as just talking wild. But hold up, others started digging and actually found old clips of Nicki Minaj calling out DL Men right around the time she split from Meek Mill. Now, think about it. Why would she suddenly start speaking on DL behavior right after leaving him if she didn't know something behind the scenes? It got so messy that when fans dragged her for leaving Meek and marrying Kenneth Petty, her whole defense was that at least he wasn't DL like others she dealt with in the industry. And let's be real, that felt like a direct shot at Meek, and the internet caught it instantly. She even hinted broadly that a lot of industry men people hype up are secretly living double lives while dealing with their own issues. Not long after that, she circled back to the DL topic again during an Instagram live session with Soulja Boy. It almost felt like she was baiting him to say a name, and most people watching were convinced she had Meek in mind. Then came that moment where she straight up said she does know about undercover behavior in the industry, which only made things louder. Now listen, nobody can confirm for a fact whether Meek is dealing with any of this, but if Nicki's hints hold any weight, the rumors start to sound a lot more serious. Some even argue it could explain why she walked away and chose someone outside the spotlight. And let's be honest, people keep pointing out how often these DL claims pop up in the industry. It's a pattern they say is hard to ignore. Anyway, the internet had a lot to say, with some reactions going completely over the top and wild. Others doubled down on the same narrative, pushing even crazier theories into the mix. But now I'm curious, what's your take on all this talk about Meek and Diddy? Do you think there's any truth to these STD claims like Nicki hinted, or is this just another internet pile-on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget, there's another messy breakdown waiting for you right here.
El clima de hoy es absolutamente hermoso.
Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor.
Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor.
Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so